welcome back. Alright, here's the significance of wormwood. In the Ukrainian language, Chernobyl means mugroot or wild wormwood. Now, why is that significant? For one, Chernobyl is that famous nuclear accident. That nuclear accident that caused by radiation the death of nearly 1 million people, that is still causing many deaths to this day. So that we can directly relate wormwood to a man-made disaster that is both nuclear and radiation. So that is very significant. Man-made disaster, nuclear, and radiation. So, it is worth noting now that this is where we are. We've heard the first trumpet. We're waiting for the hail, fire, mingled with blood that were cast upon the earth. Now that is going to be those cities of the nations falling that we've already talked about. This is going to be that false flag terror attack that is used to initiate the fear that is what creates the people calling for the new world order. So as we can see, the second trumpet takes place after this event. The second trumpet is going to be the completion, which ends in New York City. It's off the coast. It's going to be in the sea off the coast of New York City. But this event will take place in various places around the globe, but most likely most of the events will take place in the U.S. because it is the seat or the nation home for the New York Babylon. So as we move down here, this is where it gets interesting. Remember, I told you that this is a past event. This is Lucifer, who is coming down as a lamp being illuminated. Now he has polluted the fountains of waters, which is, he's tried to pollute the word of Christ. He's initiated this pollution. Now in there they have stuck a physical, and this is going to be the third part of the rivers. So we need to associate this third part of the rivers out of here and associate it directly up with this hail and fire mingled with blood. Now there's how the terrorist attack event could associate being with this first trumpet having something to do with waters and rivers. Okay, and that is what the Jonathan Kleck channel has so brightly pointed out, which would be the Hoover Dam scenario. Now I would like to say that there will be other scenarios also. Now let's move up to verse 11 here. Now we get into this wormwood thing. And the name of the star is called wormwood, and a third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made wormwood. Now we have to do a little thinking here. This is a double meaning here. There's no doubt about it. It's declaring that the event that took place on those third of the rivers was a man-made event, quite possibly tied up to nuclear or a radiation attack, meaning some sort of dirty bomb that could possibly pollute the waters physically. But in reality, this is also saying something else that they're trying to cover up. They're trying to physically fulfill this prophecy so that you miss the spiritual implication. And the spiritual implication is that these waters became wormwood. Well, that's bitter. Remember that? Many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. This is going to be the doctrine. This is those waters, those fountains of waters. That's the word of Christ that they're so trying to pollute. So with their doctrine, many men are going to be caused to lose their lives by what they believe, not by what physically happens to them, but by what they have faith in, and that will be this doctrine. Here's the example. This is going to be the locusts that come out of the earth, verse 18, chapter 9. By these three was the third part of men killed, by the fire, by the smoke, and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouths. So it was a third of the men. Remember, it's a third of the waters. Now the fire, smoke, and brimstone, the power was in their mouth. So this is going to be their doctrine.